Hello, and a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good and wonderful people of the tube. Hope you're all today, hope you're feeling grand and all your world. Oh, my drink is backing up on me. Anyway, hello, you didn't need to know that, but I told you anyway for some reason. Anyway, hello. Today, people of the tube, we are going to collect a guitar that apparently is nearly dead, and we're going to try and fix it, we're going to try and repair it, we're going to try and make it work. My friend Lee at Gallagher's Guitars in Grimsby says, Dave, I've been given this, do you want it? And he says, it's near death. We will see. So we're off to pick it up. It's a very, very sad day though, because my van, my legendary van, is finally ran out of life, bless it. It's got to the point where it's too old to find the bits for it. It's too expensive to fix it. So I won't be driving that to Grimsby today. I'll be taking my dad's truck instead. And it's a sad day because later on I've got to drive it to my dad's yard where it's going to stay until it goes to scrap. So I'm very upset, people of YouTube. I really am, because it means a lot to me, that van. It's helped me a lot. We've done a lot of adventures together. We've been all the way down to the south of France. It's helped me when I've needed help, and it's got me around since 2012, and it's done me well. Never broken down, never gone like horrifically wrong, just usual things. It's been a great van, and I'm now very, very upset and sad because now I have to find a new one. That's not, and it just feels weird. So today I won't be taking my van, which breaks my heart, and later on I've got to take the final drive in it, which is gonna upset me immensely. So, but yeah, I just wanted to mention that. So anyway, let's go and grab this guitar. It's a Vantage Strat, not a vintage, a Vantage, V-A-N, and it's like a humbucker single. It's all black. I don't know what it looks like until I get there, but apparently it's near death. But we will find out, and we will see if we can bring it back to life. And yeah, so let's go to Grimsby. Okay, people, we made it home with the Vantage Strat thing. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what's happened. I mean, we definitely need to fix some of this. The really bad thing here is it needs re-gluing on the neck. You can see there, if I can get it to lean without falling over, it's just going to fall. I need multiple hands here. There we go. You can see the fretboard is separating from the neck there, so I'll need re-gluing and clamping. So I'll do that first. But what we are going to do is we're going to see, the strings are a bit rank, but they're not the worst I've ever seen. But we're going to plug it in quick and see if it makes any noise whatsoever, because I'm curious. Okay, so we've got it plugged in. Some semblance of tuning, doesn't really matter at this point in time. Okay. Wow. There she blows. You know what? I don't think this is going to take a great deal of fixing up. I mean, obviously we need to fix that bit on the neck. We need to re-glue that, clamp it down. It's definitely been played a lot, people with Tubo, because if you look in the light on the fretboard, you can see all fingernail wear. So it's definitely had a bit of play. The frets, if I can get it to focus in, are fairly worn-ish. Nothing too bad. A sheep has obviously passed it at some point. But yeah, I do have another Vantage Strat in my possession that I've never ever got around to fixing up, and I've kind of nicked bits from it now. But these are cool. Oh yeah, and also Lee thought he'd leave the cash converter sticker on there for me. So yeah, it's just a cheap and cheerful Strat. That bit of plastic's going in the bin. I'll tell you what though, the neck's really nice. The neck is a really nice shape. Also, it's got a angled headstock, which is very, very cool. The usual weirdo cheapo machine heads there. We've got a scarf joint there as well. I'm glad that's okay, because if it wasn't, then we'd be in trouble. And you can also see this kind of wing that's been glued on there, so you get kind of like this really kind of mad right angle. I actually really like that. I think it's really cool. As I say, it needs a clean. I'm pretty sure that pickup is not attached to anything. Hang on a minute. Oh no, it is. It's just it's broken somehow. Anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So the first thing I need to do is get these strings off, and let's just pop that off. I mean, I don't know what's going on here either. Check this out. You know, it's loose, so you can take it home with you. We need to reglue the neck. Like that is kind of like the you can really see it there. There you go. But we need to re-glue it. So I need to get some wood glue, I need to get the clamps out, and I need to just kind of and leave it for a bit and let it sort itself out. I've got to say the intonation looks pretty good. I don't know. It looks about right, but I could be wrong. But I think this guitar is going to be all right, people tube. I really think it'll be okay. Hello, people of the tube. Good morning. So it's a couple of days after the last video I did on the Vantage Strat copy here, and I have re-glued the fretboard at the top here. So come on, focus in, or don't. Come on. Oh, good lord. Okay, you just have to take my word for it. Anyway, I've re-glued that. And that's solid now. I didn't film that because it was just a case of putting wood glue in there and clamping it. It's not exactly amazingly fun, amazing viewing. It's not worthy of Steven Spielberg. Anyway, today we're going to try and do the rest of it. We need to sort out quite a few things. We need to sort out the middle tone knob, it's all loose. We need to sort out the back pickup, which is all loose. We need to clean the thing because it's absolutely disgusting. Check out these scratches on the back pickup tube. Check out that. Look at that. If I can get it to focus again. Oh, we're not focusing today, but there we go. Has somebody dragged this behind the car? Yeah, just clean it up, sort it out, check out the fretboard, recondition the fretboard, check out the frets, check out truss rod works, get it strung up, and then we'll give it a go. So, yeah, let's get this thing to pieces and get on. Okay, YouTube, let's get this thing to pieces, shall we? And let's see where we end up. Yeah, eat my own hair is where we end up. I bet this neck's never been off this guitar, ever. It's about to be. Nope, it's never been off. And all the chrome plating on the screw is just kind of literally flaking. Wow. Crazy. It always happens. I do love as well with these, I think Vantage is 90s. It looks like a 90s knockoff. The screws are always wonky. They're never straight. They're always kind of like slightly in the wrong, they're always kind of bend in the wrong way. So when they come out, they're like, whee! Just kind of spiral out. Tool would love them. Anyway. Get that off. By the way, just so you know, the body wood is plywood. Neck is maple. Fingerboard is definitely rosewood. But yeah, it's a plywood body. Okay, let's get that neck off. Yeah, this has never been off. Look, there's a hole. Look, we can see straight through it, people. Where's the camera on this thing? There we go. Look, where is it? Where it is? We can see straight through the body. I don't know why I'm doing that, but anyway, let's move on. Absolutely filthy. This is all factory detritus. Anyway, neck's off. Let's get that truss rod cover off as well. I need to check out the neck, make sure the truss rod, wrong screwdriver day before. Need to see if the truss rod actually works. It should do. I don't think I've only ever had one guitar. He's about to curse himself, people at YouTube. Watch this. I've only ever had one guitar in my guitar playing career where the truss rod had completely come loose. So I have high hopes that this is going to be okay. Not so okay. It might need shimming and recutting, but I doubt it highly. Right, where's me things? Now the question is, what size is the truss rod? It should be this one. And it is. Okay. think that works, people with a tube. Yep, truss rod works. There we go. So now the next straight. Well, the straight is from eye, using my eye, that's straight. So I need to check frets. I bet these are going to be, I have to say a mess, but I get that feeling. Yeah. And that's okay so far. Wow, you know what? I could eat my words if it were you. I love it. I love it. Lord. Oh, we got a little bit of a one there. A little bit of a high fret there. Good Lord. Oh, got a bit of a high fret there as well. And there. And at the back end as well. So only a few. I'll tell you what, people, I don't think that's going to be enough to worry about. I really don't. A couple of high frets here and there is not something I ever really kind of like stress about. It's not enough. I think you know, overall there's probably about 3 frets. There's one here, and there's about 2. Well, there's about 3 or 4 two frets down there. So about 3 or 4 frets that are kind of a bit kind of like iffy. But I'm not going to level it just for that, because I bet any money it'll be fine. So I'm going to leave it, and we're going to clean the fretboard. We're going to clean all this gunk off as well. And then we're going to put some Crimson Guitars Restorative on the fretboard and leave it to soak in, because this fretboard is dry. Come here, Boochoo. Just check it out. Like, you can just see this has not been played for a long time. But it has been played quite a lot, because you can see fingerboard wear, like fingernail wear in the fingerboard there. Look, you can see it. All that pitting from somebody's fingernails digging in. They never really went up past the 7th fret much. They did a bit, not a great deal though. There's a lot of play wear like here. Like you can see a bit on the 8th fret, 7th fret, 6th, 5th has got a lot, 4th, 3rd has got a lot. There's a lot of cowboy chords going on up here. Anyway, we'll get the frets polished up. We'll get all this horrible dust cleaned off and stuff like that, and we'll get it reconditioned, and we'll get it sorted. Okay, YouTube, got the frets kind of polished up, got the fretboard kind of clean, but now it is time to remove all the dead skin off the fretboard with a razor blade. My favourite moment. It also gives me something for my dinner, so at least I won't go hungry today. Okay, YouTube, we have de-finger cheesed the fretboard. We have polished the frets up. I'm really happy with them, actually. They look very good to me. You can see the shine. I'm not after mirror finishes. You know, I know that's a thing these days, but I'm not doing that. But yeah, all finger cheese free, and it is clean as a whistle, as this horrible coloured rag will show you. So now my favourite bit. I've also cleaned the headstock as well. I've got rid of all the dust and the mank on there. So now it's my favourite point. Fretboard restorative time. And I'm choking to death. Distinct impression, PureTube, that this fretboard is going to drink and drink and drink a little bit more of this fretboard restorative, but it will make it look way better. Yeah. I love this stuff. It's an absolute lifesaver when it comes down to fingerboards. I mean, look at the difference. And the thing is as well, it'll stay this colour. It won't go back to that. It'll stay this. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I literally don't know why you would use anything else other than this stuff for fretboards. I really don't. It's just magical. One thing I will say about the fretboard though, people, it's very, very flat radius. I will measure it and let you know what it is, but it's super, super, super flat. I would say it's got to be 12. It's got to be a 12. If it's any more than that, it could be 14. I don't know, but it is super flat. We're talking like Ibanez flat. There's absolutely no... Oh, there is a slight radius to it. I would say 12. My money's on 12, people of a tube. But if it's anything other, I'll be very, very surprised. I will get my little gauges out, measuring things out once I've got it all... well, once I've got it all happy and it's ready to go back on the guitar, we'll measure it all. Like I said, I'm not going to bother leveling the frets. If it becomes an issue when the strings are back on, then yeah, I'll redo it. But at this point in time, I don't think it's going to be an issue. Also, the nut just fell off because the glue gave up, which I'm kind of glad for, to be honest with you, because it made it doing this a lot easier. I try not to remove the nuts if I can help it, but if they just fall off like that one, then that's what it is, isn't it? So yeah, this is looking way healthier now. Like I say, you can really see the fingerboard where they never went. Yeah, they never seem to go above. I mean, there's a bit of pitting on the 8th fret here, but not really. I mean, it's a hell of a lot of cowboy chords going on this neck. Whoever had it played a lot of cowboy chords. Anyway, I'm going to leave that now. I'm probably going to have to put a bit more of that on it in a bit, but lovely shine. That fretboard looks a lot happier. Like I say, it's gonna stay that kind of colour because it's been dry for so long. It's not going to go dark or anything, but it will way better, and it already feels better. Bit of a weird thing to say, but yeah, it does. It feels happier, which is a very cool thing. So we're going to move this out of the way now, and we're going to go to the body because I need to clean that up because it's an absolute mess, and I want to clean it because it feels kind of gross to touch it. Okay, we are very nice and clean now. This is looking better. So I've done the back, I've done the front, I've done the sides. I really want to keep the cash converter sticker on the guitar. I will eventually remove it, sadly, but because I'm not going to keep this thing. But it's there for now because I'm going to let it go as long as I can. Like I said, in here though, people, you can see it's plywood. You can see the different layers in the wood, and you can also see inside the guitar. It's just there's not much to it really, but it's cool nonetheless. It doesn't make any difference. I'm sure this would be a great guitar. So I need to get inside it now. So I've got my fingerprints all over it. My nice cleaning work gone asunder. So I need to take off the scratch plate now, and let's have a look at the hopefully not catastrophe that lies underneath. Here we go, people. We are missing a screw, and also I've noticed the scratch plate is raised. Wait, what the hell was that? The scratch plate's raised there. It looks like something's trapped underneath it. I bet any money it's probably one of the leads from one of the controls is trapped underneath it. It's got a very stereotypical 90s Strat copy scratch plate on it, in the fact of this area here on a normal Strat, like this area from the neck pickup screw, bass side screw, to the edge of the scratch plate is a lot slimmer. It's normally about like there. In the 90s, there's a few Squires and other knockoff Strats. This bit is massive, and that's what's going on here. It's invariably found. It's invariably found on Korean kind of knockoffs. So I would put money on this was made in Korea, this guitar, and yeah, it's always one of those telltale signs. Also, this kind of like this bottom bit here as well. This kind of like point on the scratch plate is never big enough. It's a little bit. It looks funny when you look at it. It looks like dumpy and short. It should kind of like come around a bit more and come to about there, and it's about 3/4 of a centimeter short. And doesn't quite fit right. And also this bottom bit here is oversized as well. It's slightly bigger. These weird kind of like little things that you find on these guitars. Also, the screws in the scratch plate are absolutely tiny. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. I should be able to. They're absolutely tiny compared to a normal kind of scratch plate screw. They're not as big. I'm also missing one there, so I'm going to have to raid my bag of screws and find a replacement. Okay, that's all of them out. Let's have a look at the insides. Woo! Well, looking okay. I don't know what's going on with that one, but it's not the neatest. Got a tiny little parts. I need to clean the dust out from inside here. Where's my paintbrush gone? Where has it gone? What have I done with it? I'll put it down somewhere. It's right in front of my face. Okay. Look at the dust. Years of dust build up in here. You can smell the 90s. Okay, so it's kind of what I expected to see, to be honest with you. Like the way the pickups look, the way the wiring is, everything about it. It's very, very stereotypical of the 90s. Yeah, I was right. Remember me saying about the scratch plate was raised up on this side? That's why. There's a lead right here that's getting trapped. So what we'll do is we'll bend that back in like that. And that won't happen again. And that has been like that for a long time because it's marked the bloody scratch plate. It's actually indented the scratch plate. That has been on like that for a long time. So someone must have had this out at some point, the scratch plate out at some point. But yeah, if I take it off the tripod again, you'll be able to see kind of like, you know, the rough nature of how these kind of guitars are made. But it doesn't make them bad guitars. They might be roughly made, but they're not bad guitars. Like, you know, you can see like bits of paint run, stuff like that, and they're saying you can really see those other layers in the plywood here. But, you know, it is what it is. It's lasted since the 90s. So we're missing a screw out the humbucker here. These are kind of like, you know, generic kind of like pickups of the time. Same with the switch. The switch is there. So we've got the Alpha mini pots. It doesn't look like anything's been well, I say that. I say it doesn't look like anything's been resoldered. That looks a bit rough, but I don't know. I don't know. One thing it does look like, though, is we have a tone control for the bridge pickup. Maybe. I don't know. It seems to be wired right, but we'll find out. It's a bit of a rat's nest, to be perfectly honest with you, YouTube. But we'll get these leads tidied up. We'll get it all kind of a bit neat and tidy. I do need to fix this pot. I think it's just loose. I don't think it's broken. Fingers crossed. I think it just needs tightening up because that one's fine. The volume pot is fine. The humbucker needs sorting out though because it's really wonky. I'm tempted to put a pickup surround on the humbucker to kind of keep it a bit more level. I might do that. I don't know. But at this point in time, I need to do some cable management in here because this is an absolute rat's nest. Also, you can kind of see where they didn't actually buff the body up because there's no point because it's going to be under the scratch plate. And I love the fact that, like, you know, you get that in cheap guitars because Fender did that back in the day, like with things like the Telecaster and like three-tone sunburst on a Strat or anything like that. They never used to spray it under the scratch plate because they're like, well, no one's going to see this, so, you know, why are we putting the effort in? Anyway. I'm going to do some cable management in here, tidy this up a bit, kind of make it as neat as possible. I'm also going to service all the pots as well, and the switch, like clean them out, use some electronic cleaner on that, and I reckon we should be then okay to reassemble it. Well, how's the neck doing? Let's have a look at that quick. Yeah, the neck needs a bit more fretboard restore. You can see like how it's just drank it, so it needs a bit more of that on it. So I'm going to do that paper tube and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, paper tube. I've done cable management, so we've got everything kind of tidier. Anyway, at least the scratch plate when you put it on now literally sits flat and is nice and happy. So I'm tempted to put this pickup ring on. I only have one that's kind of the right size. The reason being, I think it'll keep this pickup from just doing this. It's moving around all over the chip shop. And I kind of want to stop that. So I'm going to stick this pickup ring on, I think. I don't need the mounting screws because it'll be held in by the pickup screw. The only problem is, I don't think it quite lines up right. I need to take the humbucker out to see, but I think having this pickup ring on this guitar will do it the world of good in the fact of it'll keep my humbucker more level. And my only worry is it might be too high on the back end. I need a flat one really, and I don't have a flat pickup ring. You know what? Forget it for now. Let's just see how it gets on, because it might be okay as it is. I doubt it. I might have to order a flat pickup ring for it, but we'll see how we go with it for now. I need to recondition the fretboard again. I need to put some more restorative on it because it's just still not happy. But we are getting there, PeeWeeTube. The body looks good. The cables are all good. I need to clean the pots. I need to find a top for that as well. I don't think I've got a black one of them either. I think I've got white. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Oh yeah, and that pot there that was loose, it was just literally the fact that it had just come loose. It wasn't broken or anything like that. So, woo! That's a little win. But yeah, but what I'm here, let me show you this again for YouTube. So yeah, this bit of scratch plate is bigger than it normally is on a Fender, and also like this bit down here doesn't follow the contours of the guitar, and it's like too short. So they're always kind of like little weird things to see. Also down there is weird as well. Anyway, onwards. Back together. I've serviced all the pots. I've serviced all the switch. Can't do anything about that. If that humbucker's too wonky, we're gonna have to order a flat pickup ring for it because the angle one won't work. It'll butt it up too far over there. It'll be a bit weird. Okay, so what we're gonna do? I'm gonna clean the jack quick as well. Forgot I had the amp off mute because I'm working a bit weirdly. Anyway, let's see if it works before we put it all back together. So, volumes are up. Humbucker works. Have we got... No, we don't have a tone on that. Oh, okay. Right, position 2. Tone on that. Middle. Yep. Position 4. And the neck. So now, does the volume work? Yep. Does the tone work? Yep. Other tone? Yep. It works. It's alive. It lives. I knew it. I agree with you. I've just had a thought. My gut is telling me to shim the neck. I haven't thought about doing that until just now, because I'm literally about to reassemble this thing and get it strung up. I need to reattach the nut. I need to re-glue the nut, but that's going to take like 5 seconds. And I'm going to be very, very frugal with the glue because it might need to come back out again and the nut might need to be shimmed. I'm just cleaning up the back plate here. Look at that! Look at that shine! It's stunning. God, I love these things. Anyway, not back plates. These guitars. I mean, I just they're such underdogs. These kind of guitars, you know, like everyone's like, oh, they're just rubbish. They're rubbish. They're not though. These things are so good when they're set up right and given a bit of love, a little bit of attention, and a little bit of kind of like, you know, setup. These things are fantastic instruments. They really are, and I can't wait to play this one. I really can't wait to plug this one in. The fact that it all works is really, really cool. Don't speak too soon though, but I feel like I'm going to, and I just have. So there we go. But I think I'm going to shim the neck, and if the neck doesn't need the shim, I'll just take it out. It's not a big job, but I think I would rather do it and preempt it than not have the shim in there, because invariably Strat telecopies need a shim. You know, even though Fenders needed shims, the necks were never right. My 62 Strat has to have a shim. It's actually okay without the shim, but it's better with, if that makes any sense. Anyway, this fretboard is looking fantastic now. It's really looking nice. Like I say, you can see the finger wear, like there. You can really see it. Like a lot of cowboy chords, a lot of kind of like open chords up there. But it's looking really nice. And the neck on this is fantastic as well. It's a really lovely, like a vintage C kind of thing. It's really thin at the top, gets wider, gets bigger. It's really, really nice. And the whole guitar's going to look really, really cool. So, I'm just going to let that drink for a little bit longer. There's a super cool bit of figuring in the wood just there. Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, Pikachu, but it's this really cool kind of like curve. Yeah, so I'm going to let that sit for a bit longer. It's clean as a whistle. Like I say, we've plugged it in. It's making noise as best it can. I'm not going to rush on that one yet. I need to get some strings. I'm going to string it with gauge 10s to 46. And yeah, we'll go from there, Pikachu. But it's looking good so far. Let's hope it stays this way, because the rest of my day so far has been catastrophic. But anyway, machine heads have a lot of play in them, these do. When there's no string on this style of machine heads, these kind of old 90s machine heads, they have a lot of play, and they tend to rattle around. But as soon as you get strings on them, they're normally okay. And again, they normally hold tune pretty well as well. Like, will they stand the test of time? No. But are they good enough for now? Proper. Also, I love the fact it's got like an angled headstock. Like that. Really weird. Really weird, but cool. I like it. Anyway, gonna let that sit for a bit longer and get a cup of tea while I'm waiting. Now the question is, Pikachu, when making a shim for the neck, which cereal box cardboard is the best tonally? Is it Weetabix, shredded wheat, or cornflakes? Personally, I like cornflakes. It makes the sound a little bit crispier, you know, a little bit, a bit more natural in the grains. Yeah, it's got some added goodness to it, and it's got no artificial colours either, so it adds to the tone. You know, Weetabix can make the tone a bit heavy because it's full of fibre. So yeah, so we're gonna go with cornflakes. Okay, Pooch, I just want to say something. When I'm making a shim, what I always do is I measure it, like, so it's just in front of those. Just behind, the back screw holes in the neck pocket. So it always sits like that. From my experience of doing this for quite a while, like, you know, fixing up guitars in this way, if your shim is kind of like over the holes and you have to make holes in it, like if it's if it's like longer, it doesn't sit as well as just having it literally just behind those two screw holes. So I always try and aim to get it like that. That's how I always do it, and it always, 9 times out of 10 works out pretty good. So we have a shim now. That's all it needs to be, and basically I'll shove that in the neck pocket when we can, and yeah, we'll put it back together. And if it doesn't need it, all I need to do is slack strings off, pull it out, and jobs are good. But I have a distinct impression it will need a shim. Anyway, the fretboard is looking absolutely fantastic at this point in time. Frets are looking good. We are getting there, and yeah, happy is the Dave. Okay, Pikachu, that's the fretboard and the frets. That, to me, is one happy fretboard. Okay, let's put it back together. Shim in. Okay. Get rid of my thumbprint back there. We don't want that. Someone could set me up for a crime. Are you a criminal? A criminal? Okay. I just realised I don't think you can see any of this. I really apologise. One sec. Yo. Now you can see. Okay. It's got the usual thing of the screws don't pass through the body. They should really, I should really drill them out. I just, it doesn't really matter though. All's well. All is well. Also, you'll notice I'm not drilling putting the screw in all the way, stopping just short. The reason for that is I want to do the rest by hand. I don't mind taking the screws out all the way by hand with Mr. Whizzer here, but when they go back in, I want them to do it by hand. It just feels better. It feels like I've got more control over it. Are we in shot? We are. And also what I do is I start at the top right and do it till it's kind of tight but not completely tight. Bottom left. Same thing again. Screw it in, until it kind of stops, but it's not tight. Then top left, and then bottom right. And then once they're in, I make sure it's actually in the pocket, okay? Because sometimes they sit weird. No, that's good. And now we can just kind of do it one extra little half turn on all of them. And that is done. One Vantage strap copy back together. Awaiting strings and the nut to be put back in. So the nut, I'm not going to glue it in just yet. I'm going to just plonk it in there with when the strings are on, and let the strings hold it, because I want to make sure before I do anything that actually it is okay, because it looks very low and that kind of bothers me a little bit. So I'm going to put the strings on now, and we'll get rid of that now. We don't need that anymore. Tidy up a bit. Going to get the strings on now, and then we'll get the nut in place once the strings are on. It's a bit of a weird way of doing it, but it'll show me what the deal is with the nut. And then once if the strings sit okay, slack, then I'll glue the nut down and in. I'm really happy with that fretboard. It looks absolutely fantastic. It really does. That's like I say, that Crimson Guitars fretboard restorative, I literally do not know why you'd use anything else on fretboards anymore. It is just magical stuff. It really is. It's so smooth as well. It's so nice. As I say, it should be a really good guitar, this one. So, get the strings, David. Okay, so what I've done is I've just put the two high and low E strings on. The spacing on the bridge is really off, but it doesn't matter. It won't make any difference. But I just want to check if there's any, you know, how the relief is basically, or how is the nut cut. The nut looks cut okay. There's a little bit there. There's a little bit on high E. So I think we'll be okay, Pikachu. So what I'm going to do, glue it in place, and we'll just go for it. And the usual thing when you're gluing a nut in, you don't want tons and tons of glue. Like one little drop that side, one little drop on the base side, yeah, is enough. You don't need tons. Like that. Like literally ridiculously little amount of glue. Just don't need a lot to hold it in place. And then pin it with your fingers, or in this case I can actually pin it with the strings. Look at that. Oh, if I can grab by the high E. And that's in place. So there we go. So that's the two strings on. That isn't going anywhere fast. We're getting there, PivoTube, so I need to put the rest of the strings on. Okay, sorry about the last video cutting off, PivoTube. My phone was full. But yeah, here we go. We have strings on it. The action is ridiculously low. Like, ridiculously low. It needs to come up. So we're going to do that now. We're going to give it a setup, and then we'll plug it in, and we'll see how we go. But it feels great, PivoTube. But the shim was a definite need. The nut's okay. Just going to double check. Yeah, nut's fine, which is really cool. Don't have to mess with that. I do need to find a tip to the selector switch, and I need to sort out the intonation. I need to sort out the pickups. But for now, we're going to do the string height first, intonation, and then pickups as when we plug it into an amp. So, looking good though. Still settling in. I ain't stretched the strings yet, but we're getting there. We are getting there. Okay, here we are, done. Done the intonation. The only thing I haven't done yet is the pickup heights, which we'll do when we get upstairs and get it plugged in. I found a switch tip, but it's white, but hey, there we go, yeah. I'll just get the spray can out now. But yeah, intonation's in. It wasn't really that far out, to be honest with you. The lowy and the high were a bit squiffy, and the B string was a bit wonky, but yeah, we're okay. Very low action on the guitar. Very nice. You can't really, it won't focus in. There we go. Very, very nice action on the guitar. Really nice neck on it. Holding tune really nicely. Yeah, not much more else to do, people tube, other than take it upstairs and plug the beast in. And yeah, I've rearranged the springs as well to be parallel, because I just prefer that. I always think that's a better spring pattern. It seems to kind of hold the guitars better. Cash converter stickers is still intact. I will take it off before it leaves me, but for now it's there. I'm really happy with this fretboard, people with tube. I say the frets are no issues either, as far as I can tell so far. Fretboard looks absolutely fantastic. It's alive. Well, it might be alive. It seems to be alive at this point in time, so I'm going to go and plug it in, and let's see what happens. Yay! I do love these. I love bringing a guitar back to life with YouTube. It's one of my favourite things to do. Just to kind of like, once you get the strings on it, once you kind of like feel it, and it feels great to play. You feel like you've done a good job. You feel like you've done something good. So yeah, let's go and plug it in. Okay, YouTube, moment of truth. Humbucker works, middle pickup, neck pickup works. That's a lot of reverb though. That's because I was doing soundscapey stuff. Put it down a bit. It lives, people with tube. It feels great as well. So we're still settling the strings in. They're going to take a bit of stretching, but I don't know if I mentioned actually in one of the last videos that there we go. I'd sort of truss it out slightly. Nothing major. It was a bit of a banana. The neck was a bit of a banana, but I've pulled it down, tightened it up a bit, and now it's got very, very slight relief to it. I don't like completely straight guitar necks. They feel a bit weird to me. So it's got a slight bit of relief to it, and it's just wicked. Don't really want to do anything with the neck pickup. That sounds fantastic. So does that. I don't need to mess with this thing, man. It sounds fantastic. It'll do the job. It will do the job. Just because somebody asked what it sounds like with no pedals, this is what it sounds like with no pedals. just going to bring up the treble side of a humbucker a bit. I feel like I'm losing some of the high end of that. Should be tuning again. Yeah, we're starting to sell people the tube now. Are we still recording? Good. I'm terrified my phone's going to shut off. Okay. there you go, people of the tube. Another guitar rescued from the pits of hell. I am very happy. My fingers smell the Crimson Guitars Fretboard Restorative. It's a good thing in my opinion. Anyway, I'm really happy with the way this thing has come out. I really love the way it plays or the way it sounds. It's a good guitar. It's a great guitar. Absolutely nothing wrong with any of it. I wouldn't be using the tremolo in it. I would just leave it how it is, locked off and the way it is. But what a guitar. Sounds fantastic, plays fantastic, lovely, lovely action. Frets are good, neck's good, nuts cut right, pickups, everything works, sounds great. Jobs are good. Absolute jobs are good. And like I say, it just sounds so good. If we go... I just love it. It sounds fantastic. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this vid, people of tube, on fixing up this guitar. The, what was it, Advantage? I don't know what the model is of this thing, but it's like a Strat copy from the 90s. And I hope you enjoyed this vid, people of tube. Hope it's been somewhat interesting and somewhat informative. And yeah, it just goes to show that, like, you know, I hesitate to say what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it, I think, is the idea of, like, there is necessarily no bad guitars. It depends on how they're set up. It's more down to the setup and, like, you know, is it a bad guitar? Because this is a fantastic guitar. Like, there's nothing wrong with this. The way it plays, the way it sounds, the way it feels. The only thing that kind of, like, lets it down for me is the fact it's so light because it's plywood. When you're sitting down with it, it slides. That could be because I've polished it up too much though. And it just drifts off you a bit, so you have to keep readjusting it. But it's nice and light, it plays great, the action's nice and low, it's easy to bend on. Pickups sound great, pots are all good, select switch is good, jack socket's good, intonation's good, nuts good, machine heads are good, neck's great, body's great, sounds great, is great. Just sounds wicked. Bridge humbucker is really nice, and I say a net pickup sounds like a Strat, because it is. Anyway, yeah, let me know your thoughts with YouTube on this Vantage. I would say Korean made. It will definitely be Korean made. Strat copy from, I would say, the mid to late 90s, maybe earlier. I don't actually know. I never really looked up Vantage before. Anyway, let me know your thoughts with YouTube, and I hope you enjoyed this vid. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. I would love to do more videos like this, like fix-up videos. It's just having the ability to actually get the guitars to fix up. But and also having transport, which I don't have at this point in time, because there's a few I could go and get, but I haven't got nowhere to get them. Anyway, typical. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vid. Have a great morning, afternoon, good evening. If you want to support the channel, please consider becoming a patron at Patreon. Links in the description box below. And yeah, thanks very much indeed. I will see you again very soon for another one. I'm going to play you out now with this beast of a guitar. I love it. Nothing's dead. Nothing's ever dead. Like, when massive thanks to Lee at Gallagher's as well for giving me this guitar to fix up and play around with. But yeah, this thing wasn't dead. This thing is nowhere near. It's got years on it, yeah, absolute years on it. Jobs are good. Anyway, goodbye now. See you again. Goodbye. Thank you. Ah! Great guitar.